Hello team, this is Vendetta and today we're playing some Total War Shogun 2. Now I thought I'd start a new series based on the multiplayer Avatar Conquest mode. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new general. We're going to take him from 0 star all the way up to 10 star, and I'm going to hopefully try and document almost every battle that I can. I might cut out some boring parts, but hey ho, there you go. So let's get into it. So here's our general. I just messed around with some settings. I called him Winston. I've also set the retainer, which I put as Renyo's teachings, because I decided to start with we would go for the spear base. So this gives us Yari Samurai to begin with, so their cavalry is more or less taken out of the game completely really, and you can imagine if they spent a third of their funds on cavalry, then they're kind of screwed, aren't they? And of course Renyo's teaching, you know, it gives us +3 melee defense, and of course that's something which you want to be buffing if you have got spears. Okay, now I am using a new mouse today, so bear with me. Okay, so we're going to be playing against a Fall of the Samurai player. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Don't know if it's going to load. We'll quickly bump back. So, okay. Now because we're playing against Fall of the Samurai, that does make everything a little bit more difficult. Now, I could go for some Daikyu Samurai, which would be extremely good, but of course those are 1100, so that is pretty expensive, but I guess they would be good because it means I would outrange all of his units, essentially. That's the logic behind it, and of course they're lightly armoured, so what I'll do is I'll go for a load of Yari Ashigaru. I need to go for some light cav, purely just to get some positioning on the field, really, and potentially I really want to go for more units than less. I mean, it is going to be a bit of an Ashigaru spam, I'm afraid. What I'll do is I'll get rid of those and I'll go for 2 of these along with 1 of you. So there we go, I've got a perfect seal on my army. In terms of retainers, I'm probably just going to keep it. I think Yari Ashigaru might be better, because that way it gets rid of the melee attack and the 10 reload speed, but I think I'll go with that. I mean, I've got a good contingent of Yari Ashigaru, and so I want them to maintain some good melee defense. Okay, so enemy total rifleman and sharpshooter movement decreased by 25%. Well, it's a good thing that I haven't got any of those, and it's not even an option for me to take any. And it is also a fantastic thing that I've got the archery dojo as well, so that's perfectly placed. Now, the good thing is, if I can stick behind a ridge, he won't be able to fire at me, and I can just pepper him with my Daikyu Samurai. Now, of course, because I now have the ranged advantage, oddly enough, I should be able to force him into combat. Now, he may have bought a rush army, and if he has, I could be quite screwed, but let's hope that he hasn't. Now, I'm going to keep you guys behind, and the attendants are going to be behind them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my cavalry out, because if I can do that, I can gain more map control. Now, the point is that you want to throw all of you guys forward in a big heap, and therefore it will make it very, very difficult for him to make any movement. So we'll charge you straight up, you straight up, and you straight up. He seems to have some carbine cav, and hopefully that'll be all he has. Now the good thing is my light cavalry should be able to pursue his cavalry. It looks like he's going to try and amass them on the other side. He's got General's bodyguard. They're of course going to have range as well. Now if I could try and get these guys up to here beforehand, that might be quite helpful. Because as I said, he can't shoot over this ridge, so having these guys right here, he won't want to risk that. And if I can force him into this corner... no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I was going to pull them up to here, because that way it would prevent them from running over, but of course he's got this Yari Kachi, which means all you'd have to do is, if I'm stood here, he'd just run his Yari Kachi over, I'd run away, these guys have free shot of all of my light cav, and this, you know, it's not going to be great, is it? Let's be honest. Now the good thing is that the zoning is working. He doesn't seem to be all that happy. He is going to try and run forward, however. Now I'm going to try and take position up on this hill. That would be of great benefit. And of course if I can start capping that, that would be great. Now I want to try and take his general and his cav out of the fight if possible. That would be great. It looks like he's not going to take the bait though, and instead he's just going to go straight for my army. Now if he decides to do that, I'm just going to charge straight at him. In fact, what I will do is I'll start taking some of my cavalry around the side. Yeah, it looks like he wants to come back for some more pots. Again, I'm just going to keep running away, try and make sure that he doesn't get hold of them. And he might even try and chase with his Yarikachi, which he is going to do. I think he might pop a few of my guys, which he does. But the longer I can keep his guys away is the more damage I could probably do to his army. So that would be a very, very good thing. Now I want to keep these guys harassed on the flank. I really, really, really want to hope that you know, he chases these guys off a little bit more. I mean, I've only lost 9, so that's actually kind of acceptable, especially given that they're only, you know, cheap units. Now I want to pull up my attendants, or at least some of my army. He's now going to focus his cavalry on the other side. Now what he should be doing is, if his micro is good enough, he could split his micro up. And in fact, he could have one cavalry on this side, one cavalry on this side, and then that kind of eliminates the threat from me. Now I might try and do a little bit of a disruption game. But it looks like he's going to try and get closer to me, and I do not want him getting close to me under any circumstances. I'm going to try and keep my archers quite tight-knit so they're easy to maneuver. I'm now going to run these guys back. Again, I'm just running the disruption game, and as I said, he's now actually going to do what I recommended, which was, you know, putting his units on that flank. Now I'm going to try and do something risky, and I'm going to split my forces up a bit. I really need to start picking away at his Red Bear infantry. That would be fantastic if I could do that. It looks like he's going to try and take a couple of pot shots maybe. Now I need to be careful that he doesn't get cocky and decide that his Carbine Cav is good enough to take on these units here. And also, if I can distract him with my cavalry on the flanks, that would be fantastic, because it means... Oh, and he's just managed to pop at my... cav units, which is a bit odd because I thought that they were what's it called? Okay, now I'll charge down there. You guys charge around the flank because that would be nice and awkward for them. Okay. Let's see. Now that's not good, because that means that his cavalry is now going to have free reign of the field. I want to run these guys into the Red Bear. These are getting demoralised, which is good. Now his general seems to be putting in some lot of work, and I really want to get this down before... I really want to kind of secure that before his Yarikachi get there, but I don't want my guys routing or getting destroyed, because of course this unit is now going to have free reign of the field to start popping away at me. And I really do not want that. The good thing is his general did nearly die, so we definitely caused a lot of butt hurt. If I can try and bait his cavalry in, I can get my archers to start shooting, and that would be perfect. Now I'm going to start splitting my guys up. Hopefully this will mess his micro up a little bit. Of course I am beginning to now shoot at him. And of course he's going to want to try and bait me in, which is of course not what I want to do at all. But of course if I can run a disruption game, and if I can take his focus away from the Carbine Cav, my Daikyu Samurai can start shooting at them and start killing them. There, just got about 3 kills, which was pretty decent. If I can hide in here as well, that would be great. Alright, so luckily they are going down quite a lot. I mean, he really needs to be a bit more conservative with these. It looks like my Yarishigoro are just going to catch him, which would be perfect. Because now he's drawn into combat, he's really going to have to click hard to get them out of it, which he is. And again, they're still going down. He really needs to keep those alive, because those are really his power players. There we go. And again, I'm just trying to keep my my units away from his. on this flank. Okay, that was a useful exchange actually. Okay, I'm going to pull you back. And what I want is a nice big extended front line. I mean, if his carbine cav at this point were killed, what I would do is I would run up with both my light cav and I'd take out these bears, pin them down, and then I would start harassing them with my units. I mean, I could do that now, but I might face a bit of an issue doing that, given that he's now beginning to set up. See if I can actually hit his units there. No, you need to make sure you don't get too cocky. Make sure I take these guys. Take you up there. You guys spread out. I'm not too concerned in my positioning as of yet. I mean, it is beginning to get a little bit tight here, and the encyclopedia can F off. Now I'm going to try and keep one of my light cav over here, so I'll keep one of the bulkier ones over. Again, this is more or less just to ward him off. I mean, I think he is getting a little bit cocky with his map placement. But what I really need is I need one cavalry round here on the flank, and that would be perfect. And I actually forgot about this unit completely, so that's handy of me. Okay, I really do not want him to get a volley off, though. That would be extremely bad. I believe those are slowly going down, which is good. I'll start moving this up again, just applying that pressure. You guys need to come back round. Make sure I've got some... I still don't think he's quite in range of me there. It looks like my my Yari Ashigai are actually perfectly kind of placed. Although he has now got both dojos, and this does present a bit of a problem. Now, I'm just going to go for it, and I'm just going to charge straight up. And actually, I think I've struck at the perfect time as well, so that was good. It's good going of me. And again, I'm going to run some disruption game. I want to hit these guys from the back. I'm going to shoot them guys. Run you guys right over. Again, smash you guys. I'll click him over. Okay, his cav are now gone, more or less. Get his general, and it should be history. And you guys should also be running him. My micro is a little bit shit because obviously I haven't played for a while, but hey ho. There we go. Again, need to get a general in where he's really needed. It looks like these guys are going to get swamped. And you guys really need to be pushing forward. You guys should be killing the red bear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to inspire my guys, run them around the back lines. And I should have a light cav. And again, she's going to give you guys a rally. Get the light cav right out of there. And you guys need to go and attack his red bear infantry. Now the general, get him in a nice long line. I don't know if they're forming up. Good, I'm going to get a nice rear charge on them. Again, oh no, they decided to just go off anyway. Okay, it looks like we've broken him, and it looks like we're going to win this battle. So that's the first battle in our campaign. And he said, GG well played, and again, GG well played. Oh, that's the team, great. Okay, so looking at the statistics, we've got the battle results. So I brought 1,640 men. I only lost 617. He brought 920 and lost 727. So if we look at the unit statistics, one of them Daikyu-san where I got 231 kills. That's fantastic. I did get a new veteran unit, which is a Lone Sword Ashigaru. Again, 127 kills. That's nice. I like it. Let's see who did the best for him. His Red Bear Infantry really raked it in there. Carbine Cav again did pretty well. I mean, Carbine Cav is very, very, very good to bring. I think the Daikyu Samurai that I bought were particularly effective at taking out the Carbine Cav, because I believe, again, I can't remember because I haven't played this game in so long, but I do believe my Daikyu Samurai do outrange his Carbine Cav by quite a bit. And he had to get quite close to my Daikyu Samurai to begin with in order to actually get any straight line of sight shots, because of course I positioned them just behind a ridge, and of course that made him close enough to do a Yari charge, and again I managed to pepper and just degrade at those Carbine Cav. To begin with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a what do I go for? Should I go for an Inspire? I think I shall go for the Inspire ability, purely because you know, it will boost the morale and melee attack of a single unit, and that can be very, very powerful. I don't want to go for a full-on leadership general though. I would much prefer to go for you know, an attacking general very much. But I think the leadership is very, very crucial, especially when you're working at such a low tier. It's very, very crucial to have some good leadership, because obviously the Ashikaru are just so demoralised so quickly. I think overall what I'm going to go for is I'm going to go for a melee attack. Okay, so there you have it. We have now successfully completed our first battle in our Avatar campaign. We have won against the Fall of the Samurai army that was a 5-star general with a 0-star general. We have unlocked a new veteran unit, and we also have some more modifiers, which I believe should be the Yari Master. Now this is going to come in very, very handy, because we've now got 3 melee defense plus 2 melee defense, so we're going to have some very OP units. I thank you very much. My name is Vendetta, and I will see you later. Unfortunately, I don't quite get it off as I wanted. I did a move order, and then I did the... there you go. I did the move order, and then I did the attack, which was bad, and they're just going to beat the crap out of that. However, I am now going to charge with all of my cav, and I do swing my cavalry round, you know, in an arc, rather than charging straight forward. This unit, I'm just going to charge straight at his Black Bear over here. This light cav, I don't even know what it's doing, it should be coming back in a second. I'll put this light cavalry over on this flank,